Last week, I gave you all the reasons why not to stretch your low back. This week, we get to play and we get to start experiencing some of these accessible exercises to help you get that core stability, because that's what it's all about. Your low back demands core stability. And when that happens, you're going to find great relief for any low back tightness or pain. So number one, dead bugs. How much we love our dead bugs. But the one thing that we like to do at Fitness Lying Down to help people learn a little bit more about the intention. See, so many people look at the task. They see a dead bug exercise and they just think it's about moving their arms and legs willy-nilly, whatever, we're all done. However, it's so much more than that. So we do a little bit of what we call the push-pull dead bug, using our body weight, lying on our back, because while it's fitness lying down, we want to make sure that our thighs are perpendicular with the floor, our shins are parallel. Now what I'll do is I'll take one hand on top, one hand in front of the knee. I want to make sure I really pack those shoulders down, because when I pack those shoulders down, that gives me that lat engagement, and that lat engagement sets the stage for the upper half of my core. Now, very important, we do everything through breathing. So I want to spend about 3 to 4 seconds inhaling through the nose. When you do that, you're going to feel like your abdomen is expanding. Well, that's your diaphragm working, and your diaphragm is a very important core muscle. But guess what? We never use it. We don't even know how to use it. So by getting that nice big breath in, hold for a second, and then I drive that breath out through my mouth. I want a really loud inhale and an extremely loud exhale. And as I do that, I push and I pull on my legs. But guess what? Nothing happens. To the bystander passing by, they don't even know what you're doing. You just look like you're laying on the ground holding onto your knees. But you are so vigorously pushing and pulling, and we're experiencing that core brace. So you're not holding yourself up through your thighs and hip flexors. Oh no, no way. You are pushing, you are breathing, you're driving those shoulders down, and you feel that core engage. And that right there is the intent of your dead bug. And that helps us so that we can move into so many of our different dead bug progressions using our favorite ultimate sandbag. So that's exercise one, core bracing. Done right, we're on the ground, we're in an environment of stability and safety. Core bracing exercise number two, the bird dogs. Now here's what I love about the bird dogs, is how many people get it wrong. Again, everybody just focuses on the task of that exercise. They see the arm and the leg moving. Well, that's all you got to do. And that's what they do, is they just swing their arm and leg up, and guess what happens? Their low back collapses down. They're causing more grief for the low back than they are causing good. So let's do the good. Hands and feet. We talk about it all the time, but it's worth repeating. I want to grab onto the ground with both hands as if it was a ball. Spread wide those fingers and grab. Drive those feet into the ground. Even if you just hold that position and push as hard as you can through your hands, through your feet, there's going to be this surge of emotions and feelings that happens through the abdomen. That's your core bracing. Basically, the bird dog is your dead bug, but upside down. Dead bug is here, bird dog is there. Dead bug, we're on the ground, safety, and we're in an environment that's a little bit more stable. At bird dog, we flip it over, guess what? Now we have a little more gravity to work with. So we can go limb by limb. That's usually how we like to do this. We'll extend one leg, bring it back in, extend the other leg, bring it back in. Remember, this is not about the moving parts. So when you see that leg moving back, I want you to watch both hands on the other foot. How are they working? That right there, friends, is where the rubber hits the road. Now we can go through and we can start going on to opposites. As I extend one arm and I extend the opposite leg, remember, what's not moving? That's what you need to be focused on. And the other thing is, when I'm extending the arm and the leg, I want you to think like you have like a furniture slider under them. So we don't actually lift, we more slide. And that is going to help keep the hips level and even. Because when I just go willy-nilly and I just start swinging my arm and leg around, then my hip gets all tilty, my back sags. Not good. It's just not good. Let's bird dog, and let's bird dog right. So in our levels of progression, our dead bug being level 1, bird dog being level 2, I'm going to take you to a third level. And that third level is going to be your side plank. I fight over and over again with people on the internet, interwebs, you know, that place where there's all that information that's got to be true. I fight with so many people on there, and by fight I mean I argue inside my head when I see their videos. It's again about the task. Can I lift my body off the ground? Well, I want you to take that word lift. I want you to exit out, and I want you to insert push. Can you push your body off the ground? Because now as I'm lying on my side, I have to deal with this lateral instability. So if I drive through the ground, pressing, That's going to set more of a stage. You're going to have more benefits as a result. Side plank by itself, it's lonely. We need to bring a friend in, and that friend has to help us out. So we're going to bring in our ultimate sandbag. Why? Because that top hand, what's that hand doing anyway? That's the biggest question I get. Corey, what should I do with this hand? Well, you know what you're going to do with that hand? You're going to grab onto your ultimate sandbag. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to not just put on fingers loosely. You're going to hold on tightly. Remember that song, 38 Special? Hold on loosely? Hold on tightly. That's what I say. And then when I get that intent, and I'm going to try to pull that handle as hard off that bag as I can, that gets that lat fired up. And that lat has a special connection to the opposite side glute. And if you look at that, there's a crisscross going on. Think about wearing suspenders. What's the job of the suspenders? To hold your pants up. What was the job of this crisscross in your body? Keeping that pelvis level. Hold your pelvis up so it doesn't tilt and shift. And that right there is going to help your back because of that core stability. So as you grab on tight, drive your body off the ground, pull hard on that handle. Don't be soft. I want the biggest, most sincere grip you've ever had in your life to get that lat happy and active so it can communicate well to that bottom glute. Now you can hold that up there for a few seconds. You can do what we call clamshells. You can lift your legs up. Know this, the more you extend your legs, the more challenging this exercise will be. So you need to find that area of ability. What can you do and do well? What can you do and not just go through the motion, but actually get it done and get it done well? And if you don't have an ultimate sandbag, I got your answer for you. Megan, why don't you take it over from here?
You don't have an ultimate sandbag? Well, what are you waiting for? Go get one.
So there you go. Stop stretching, start stabilizing. I've just given you 3 little goodies, right? As we're entering into the month of August, I've given you 3 August treats. And you know what? We've completed this. I don't have to say you got it. Full love, Granddad's Bluff. You're welcome.